What's up, family? And let's talk about hyper masculinity. Again, hyper masculinity. This big bravado. Me, Tarzan, you, Jane. I'm Pookie, you, Keisha. Let's talk about hyper masculinity. This false sense of what we believe is masculinity, or what we portray is masculinity, or what we've been taught is masculinity, or what we've been shown is masculinity. This over the top, overly macho, no emotions, no feelings, no care, narcissistic tendencies. That's what this hypermasculinity type of attitude is. It's not conducive to your family, to yourself, to your community, to your loved ones. It's not conducive. Ignoring emotions is not conducive. Having a false sense of masculinity is not conducive. It's not helpful to us at all. A man separated from his emotions, separated from his feelings, separated from his thinking, his own thinking, is a dangerous man. A man who don't know how to care, a man who don't know how to be patient, a man who don't know how to resolve conflict, a man who don't know how to talk, a man who don't know how to comfort, to me, is not a man. You see, when it comes to this loud rah rah or picking up shit or being, all muscle bound and gangsters and tattoos and, we got that down pat. Us thinking us having a beard, is masculinity. We have that down pat. But do we know how to forgive? To me, that's real masculinity. Do we know how to accept flaws? Do we know how to forgive, apologize? To me, that's real masculinity. Being gentle, being soft, being kind when you need to, and being rough and being straight when you need to. People should understand and know, like, when you playing, when you cool, and when they should take you seriously. It shouldn't always be, seriously 24/7, and you shouldn't be playful 24/7. You should have a fine balance. That's the thing about it, is balance. And I believe a lot of us are off balance. A lot of us could either be too soft or too hyper masculine. And number one, masculinity is already dangerous when it's hyper, because you're talking about testosterone. You're talking about certain things where if it's not channeled right, if your emotions are not channeled right, it can be destructive. Lives can be lost, either, for eternity or in the prison system, because you haven't dealt with your emotions. You see, a hyper masculine man is all emotions. He moves off emotions. That's why he has this big bravado, because he doesn't really know himself. He doesn't know to be calm, be kind, take a chill pill. He don't know that. So because he doesn't know that, he has to overcompensate. He has to overcompensate because he might not have had a father, or his father was hyper masculine as well, and this is what's been passed down. Where did it come from? It's a lot of places where it came from. That's a story for another day. But a lot of it's been created, and a lot of it's been taught. There's different ways that it's been passed down, but does it really matter at this point? We know it's here. It's just like you got a cold. You wondering where did it come from? That don't really matter right now. Where it matters right now is how to get rid of it, how to heal it. You see, when you have so much testosterone and no governing over your emotions, it's like a ticking time bomb. Hence, why do you see the prisons so filled with us? A lot of hypermasculine men. And what sense does it make that if you accidentally scuff somebody's shoe, that you should lose your life, or you should be prepared to fight? What sense does that make? What sense does it make that, you look at somebody's woman, not in like a coveting sense or anything of that sort. It's just like, genuine, you was genuinely attracted to somebody and you took a glance and then you kept it moving. Men do it, women do it, everybody do it. It's just a natural human reaction to something that you're attracted to. Don't mean that you're coveting them, don't mean that you want to sleep with them, don't mean any of that, But under what case does that happen and somebody catches you and now you have to protect or lose your life from that? What sense does that make? This gorilla mindset, this mindset of ruling people through fear than through love. Again, more through love than fear. Because that's what the hypermasculinity does. It forces you to fear, not love, not embrace. So yeah, you might have had somebody acquiesce to what you wanted them to do. Yeah. But under what tense? I'd rather somebody do something willingly, willfully, than through force or coercion. You want somebody to do something because you forced them to, because you were all big and bad? Or do you want somebody to do it because you had some kind of grace about yourself, some kind of essence about yourself, some kind of aura about yourself, where somebody happily and willfully wanted to do something for you? Another thing with this hypermasculinity, people see it from a mile away. Again, people see it from a mile away. You exposing yourself from a mile away. People know how you coming. When you come with this big old bad mindset, people know how to deal with you. Why do you think they're so quick to pick up the phone and call the police when they see you coming? Or when they know you about to get rowdy? Why do you think that is? Because they know how to deal with you. They know how to handle you. They've been taught, they've been trained to deal with the hypermasculine man. That's why they be so quick, so dismissive. That's why they be quick to get you in a rage and anger so they can automatically pull that card as soon as you get angry to call the police, to call security, to kick you up out of wherever you at. Because they know that's what the first thing you're going to do, because you have no control over your emotions. But see, when you come in there calm, level-headed, you know how to handle situations, know when you've been treated wrong and how to move, they don't know how to go about it. They don't know. They mind fucked now. They ain't never seen that before. From a black man, they ain't never seen it when one has his mind screwed on tight. And he know how to duck and dodge and then apply pressure. They ain't never seen that before. But when you come in there with this big old bad macho man Randy Savage attitude, they done seen that before and they've been trained to deal with it. You exposing your hand. So this hypermasculinity that we continue to carry on don't do nothing for us. It don't do nothing for yourself. I'm not saying don't be a man. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying be a soft little flower. I'm not saying that. But understand the true essence of being a man, true masculinity. It's felt. The presence is felt. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. It's the type of energy that you radiate. It's magnetizing. Again, it's magnetizing. And even for our women, they've been so delusional through media, through their friends, environments, everything else, that they believe that this hypermasculine man is the actual real man. So we have to change these mindsets because these are the men that they're going after. And it leads them down the rabbit hole as well. You know, they need a real man to rough them up, to handle them. You know, and I get it. A lot of it's just been how they've been raised and things of that sort. So I don't beat people up for things of that sort. I don't, I'm just an observer, and I try to, in a way or a sense, convey a message to for us to open up our eyes to things. That's all. I can sit here and bash people all day long, but it don't do nothing for us to move the ball forward. So this hypermasculine man, like I said, is more destructive than it is helpful. Anyways, I wish this could help somebody today. I might go back or go deeper into this later. If you made it this far and you want a live on this situation, I might do a live on this. Really break it down, really bring some examples, some graphs, all type of shit. Really, really like a whole little study session. So if this what y'all like, or if you want them type of lives and things of that sort, let me know. Anyway, this is your favorite cousin Rich again. I hope this can help somebody today. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.